Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into our Fearless beer review. We get into the vinyl stuff we picked up, stuff we've been listening to, Jeff's Record Store, Desert Grooves Records, huge shout out. We rounded out with some new music and other happenings in the music world if there is anything going on this week. My name is Tyler, way out there, hundreds of miles away is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, share all the posts, tell all your friends, watch it on YouTube, smash that subscribe button, and that's all I have for the boring intro. Got through it as fast as I could. So that was pretty fast. Jump right into
this. Not fast enough, but pretty fast.
Pretty fast. PF. Let's get into the Fearless beer review. What do you got this week, Jeff? Go.
I have the last of the vegan-friendly, gluten-friendly, women-owned holiday beer from last time. This one's favorite.
Okay.
You're not looking. Thank you for looking. It's a
You're
blonde.
so annoying.
Oh. I don't know. There's a little story here about where they got the name from. It's really not interesting, so I'm not even gonna go there. But yeah, that's what I got, and it's just kind of the last thing in the fridge that.
Not good.
Oh god, that smells even. Remember last week though, it smelled gross and tasted pretty fine.
Yeah,
this smells worse.
I imagine it has like a sour smell. Am I right?
This smells skunky.
Ugh. Well, skunky isn't bad.
What is that smell, dude? Remember last week I couldn't put my finger on it. There's something in this beer. They're putting something in their beer that's just not good. It's just very unpleasant.
Yummy.
Nasally unpleasant.
All right, so I actually have a gluten-free beer this week as well.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, so this one is called Green's Gluten-Free Indian Pale Ale. Picked this up from local market Bristol Farms, and I've never heard of this. Have you ever heard of Green's? Green's Gluten-Free?
No.
That's the name of the brewery, Green's Gluten-Free.
That's a stupid name. I don't like it.
I don't either. This is their IPA, like I said. It says on the bottle it tastes great, and it says it's a product. It says it's a product of Belgium, and I cannot find this beer. I can't find this beer on Beer Advocate. There's another Green's gluten free, but it's not this one. I don't know. I don't know what to expect out of this one at all. So, but it's gluten free, so whatever. What are you gonna do? There we go. Crack that bad boy open. You got yours poured?
No, I'm drinking straight out of the can.
Why?
Because I'm a little bitch.
Oh, look at that. That is way too dark. That is a dark IPA. If you're watching the video on Spotify or YouTube.
That's very, very dark.
Oh, my God.
That's going to have a taste to it, dude.
It's going to be malty as fuck.
You know what's a funny thing to say about people is when people give you like a stink eye or whatever, or people kind of give you lip or attitude.
Yeah.
This one of the couples that come into our store all the time, they went to another record store that everybody hates. And I was like, well, how was he today? He's like, he had a face on him, but he was all right. I thought that was so fucking funny. And so I'm trying to use that more. He had a face on him.
I do like that.
It's because it's such an old person thing to say, right?
It's kind of dick too. It's kind of a dick thing to say.
Well, he's got a face on him.
That could be like either like the person's really ugly or they're just an asshole. It could be taken so many different ways. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
So we'll use that. But yes, I'm just going out of the can here.
That is so dark. I am not looking forward to this.
Same.
Oh, this smells. What does this smell like? I've never smelled a beer like this. It smells like kind of floral like, but like chemical-y. It's like chemicals, man. It smells like chemicals.
Chemicals.
I can't wait. Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Taking the last of this beer. Kisses. Wow. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
is
what?
That real?
Oh my God, what the fuck? Holy shit. All right, so let's clearly neither of us like our beers. Oh my God.
This is weird.
So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's rate our beer based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect beer, 2 is a good beer you're going to continue to drink, 1 is a bad beer but give it a shot, and 0 is a drain pour. So what do you give your blonde or whatever it is?
I think if you plugged your nose, this would just taste like water. It would just be water. It's very. Let's try it. Yeah, it's like carbonated water. Oh. It's got a nose on it though. When it comes out, it's just it gets worse and worse and worse. It almost tastes rancid, like dirty, like a rag, like a dish rag at a bar. You wring it out. That's what this fucking beer tastes like. This is terrible. This is awful.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not gonna finish this. It's not worth it.
So what? So you give it a 0? It's a drain pour.
I give this a 0. This is not even. There's nothing about this that is worth. I give him a pass on last week's with the fucking eyepiece.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Fat Randy's. Yeah, I don't like that one, and that one got a pass, but this one doesn't get a pass. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, and you're not fool me again. So that's it. Yeah, 0. Big fat 0. This sucks.
Yeah, this is terrible. This is terrible. It's flat. There's like no carbonation. It doesn't have any bite whatsoever. This is really awful. It makes me gag. The 3 sips I had, I wanted to gag after every time I drank it. The chemical smell is what I taste as well. It's like I'm drinking some like cleaning solution or something. This is awful. This is really, really bad. Whoever gave the go ahead on this and said this is okay to sell probably fell down and hit their head a couple times that day, because this is unbelievably bad. I cannot. This is shocking. This is a 0, like hands down a 0. This is probably one of the worst beers I've ever had. The only thing worse than this was that habanero sculpin I had. That's the only thing that's worse than this.
Ugh.
That is the only thing that's worse. This is unbelievable, unbelievable. And I know I'm not a big fan of like the Belgian style, which claims it kind of is, but I've never had a Belgian style that tasted this rancid, this fucking disgusting. This is awful.
Good.
This is fucking
good.
awful.
Good. Look at that, starting strong, baby. 2 drain pours.
God, look at that. Look how dark that is too.
That's weird.
Oh. And there's barely any carbonation. I mean, if anybody watching could see, there's like no carbonation in there at all if the camera will focus. But yeah, this is it's terrible. Anyway, let's move on. To some vinyl stuff.
Moving on.
Stuff we picked up, stuff we've been listening to. And then, yeah, so what do you got this week, Jeff? Go.
I listened to a lot this weekend that was outside of the hip hop realm, but I started with Chaz. That's kind of really, really focused on in the morning. Got back into it, doing that thing. Super boring. But yeah, so I actually brought records out this week.
Look at you.
I can show them out. I can show them off.
Show them now.
Boom, baby. I can show them now.
Charles Mingus, baby.
Yeah, this is an original. This is the first press here.
That's
first
crazy.
Press.
Well, it's only ever been pressed twice, so
we got a promo in, but David fought for that one, so he gave me his original.
Okay, yeah. That's so,
whatever.
The promo would be sick to have, but yeah, still an OG is can't go wrong with that.
But this is a jazz staple. This is one that everyone should have. It's great. It's an easy listen. If you want it to be more complex, it could be a very complex listen. It's pretty wild. This came out the same year that Time Out by Brubeck came out, Kind of Blue by Miles Davis, and then Ornette Coleman's The Shape of Jazz to come. Like the same fucking year, these jazz giants. Like it's insane. And this really has like withstood the test of time. Kind of Blue for me, like I'm not a big jazz guy anyway, so whatever I say is like whatever. But Kind of Blue for me has always just kind of been like
fair.
Like stacked lineup, but not my favorite Miles Davis by any stretch.
True.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. There's that one.
I have that 2021. I think it was 2021 RST Record Store Day press of that. So that's good. I mean, it's a great sound. I mean, it's one of my favorite jazz records I have in my collection. It's fantastic.
It's an easily likable record.
Yeah. I like it more than most of my Miles Davis, and yeah, honestly, I think I like it more than all my Miles Davis that I have. It's so good.
Okay.
I really enjoy that. Charles Mingus one.
That's something.
Justin Mingus one.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay. So what else you got?
So here we go. Dude, all these chords everywhere. Bam. Little Pharoah Sanders. This is saxophone player, but this one's got Leon Thomas, and he does like the glottal. Yeah. Those vocals.
A lot of that.
And this is cool because it's not quite as like normal, like Lonnie Liston Smith kind of like free jazz, fucking bizarre shit out there. Like he does play in this record, but this is very much based in melody. And so it's just 2 songs. And the first song is like 15 minutes, second song is like 25 minutes. But it does kind of get into that like improvisational free jazz, spiritual jazz kind of thing, which like I like in very small doses. Otherwise, it's just you're just making fucking noise, bro. That's what you're doing. You're making noise.
True.
But this is cool because I like his style, whatever that sound is. He blows really hard into the reed to make it that
you blow it out,
annoying blowout sound.
It means you're hitting the wrong note. Really, that's what it is. It's fucking annoying.
I've actually never played a saxophone, never put my mouth on one. I never even touched a saxophone in my life, so I can't even begin to.
Well, you didn't know until like 2 years ago that what a reed was. Like you didn't.
I knew what a reed was in theory, because like Lisa always talks about it.
Oh, from The Simpsons. Yeah.
Like I know what a spit valve is. I know what all of it, but I've never actually like took the time to really understand what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know what it is, like conceptually, but not in practice.
It's a disgusting thing. It really is. It was the worst part of playing the clarinet when I played the clarinet. It's disgusting. It's fucking gross. And then you have to clean it, and then you have
who picks the clarinet?
Because the saxophone was taken, and I wanted to play the saxophone, so I played the next best thing. And it's so gross too, because after you finish practicing, you have to take it apart and then like clean all your spit out of it. It's like you have like these towels and this like special brush that you stick up the tubes and shit, and then it's fucking nasty, man. It's a nasty instrument. Fucking gross. Anyway,
that is disgusting.
Yeah,
that's like the episode of The Simpsons when they lose their house and they're playing when they lose their house in the Carnies. So stupid. They like go on like they it's a whole different thing. But anyway, the Carnies take their house from them by deceit and deception, and they're on Bart's treehouse, and Lisa can hear them like goofing on her saxophone, and she's like, "Spit valve, release the spit valve," and then Marge says, "Sink over the sink."
Okay,
because they're in their house and they don't want to make a mess. It's funny. You had to be there.
I guess I had.
You weren't there though. You don't watch The Simpsons. That's okay.
I don't really know. I don't.
I know you just it's so bizarre.
I watched it growing up, but it never appealed to me as I became a teenager and shit and onward.
It gets better with age.
Oh, okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, whatever. Fuck it. The last thing I have here is this.
What is that shit?
This is Chuck Mangione.
That it is.
Land of Make Believe. And Chuck Mangione's a guy that I knew because of King of the Hill, and I never got into his music, never really cared. And to be honest, I thought he was goofy. I was like, how can this fucking guy, like, nobody respects this guy. It's stupid, blah, blah, blah. Dude slays, man. Guy rips. He is fucking so talented. He is so good. He just chose to go a different path that is kind of thrown under the bus as kind of like a jokey, the easy listening crossover kind of sound. Mm-hmm. But dude, this album is fucking amazing. It is so good. And he has just an all-star cast of like drummers, bass players, vocalists, like everybody that plays in this record brings the heat. And the song that I like, the last track, it's like 12 minutes and it's just that bass line, that doo-doo-doo-doo. And it's, god damn, it's good, man. And the guy, Al Johnson, the dude who plays bass here, dude, he's played with so many acts. He's played with Grateful Dead. He's played with Santana. He's played with Phil Collins, Chet Baker. And then like Chuck Mangione, dude, the guy like cut his teeth playing with Art Blakey. Like, get the fuck out of here. Anybody plays with Art Blakey, like, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, true.
Chuck Mangione is a guy that like sales wise, he's adequately, appropriate and he's up there, but like people diss him way too much.
I think he's fine. I have nothing against him. I would never have one of his records in my collection, but I respect him.
I think by not even like giving yourself a chance to get into Chuck Mangione, you're doing yourself a disservice. I think it's super easy to get into your kind of blues, to get into your Charles Mingus, and to listen to all these things. But by saying like, yeah, I think he's fine. Like, how many records by Chuck Mangione have you actually listened to?
Probably none.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
None.
So I think you are doing yourself a disservice by not listening to anything by Chuck Mangione. And I love this record, and it's a fucking dollar record. And I swear by this record, and I love it. This is a very, psych rock based record of his kind of like easy listening jazz. But listen to Feel So Good, man. Like, you know that song. Everybody knows that everybody knows that song. It's classic. It's amazing. Don't sleep on Chuck. Don't sleep on Chuck.
I don't sleep on Chuck. I don't sleep on Chuck.
You do. You
don't.
do. You poop them away. I mean, like if I said, "Oh, this Miles Davis record is so good," you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'll listen to it."
I don't like all Miles Davis. I don't like Sketches of Spain. That's your favorite. I don't like it.
Yeah, but at least you listen to them because it's Miles Davis.
I just haven't had a chance to listen to Chuck Mangione.
Oh, I haven't had a chance. Get the fuck out of here. I haven't had a chance. You just don't listen to Chuck Mangione because of his
I forget about it.
His clout, because because people like fucking throw him under the bus. People don't care about him.
Okay.
People make fun of him. He's goofy. He's the butt of jokes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you want to listen to any of the songs that we're talking about, there is a playlist in the description of this episode, a Spotify playlist. So if you want to listen along, go do it.
Wild. I'm going to start getting into more like good smooth jazz. Like Sloan listens to a lot of really shitty smooth jazz, but I'm going to get into like some good smooth jazz.
Is there anything?
Like, I want to get into like all. What?
Is there anything? Is there such a thing as good smooth jazz?
Dude, these are really, really talented musicians that are putting together very complex songs and arrangements.
Yeah.
It's just,
it's not good.
Dude, smooth jazz has been shit on. Yeah, I mean, okay, calm down, guy, because like act like you're over here, you know jazz.
I
okay,
do.
You know, like, yeah, exactly.
Love
so
Kenny
like
G.
the smooth jazz has just been shit on for so long that we all just kind of accept that smooth jazz is a garbage form of jazz. And that's, first of all, that's very gatekeeping.
Of course.
And secondly, that's like the opposite of what jazz should be and is supposed to be and how it started. Jazz is just like hip hop, change. The evolution of it is what's important. And smooth jazz is an evolution of jazz.
It is.
But yeah, there's tons of fucking talented musicians. Bob James, talented musician. Grover Washington Jr., talented musician.
Kenny G.
Kenny G's a little bit later, but yeah, dude, Kenny G rips.
My parents had a Kenny G
Damn.
CD when I was a kid. I hated listening to it because we listened to
I'll
it so much.
Anytime we get Kenny G in the store on vinyl, gone.
Really?
Yeah, it's always in the
Wow.
10 to 20 range, which is actually like, I think that's a high price point
Agreed.
for Kenny G. But yeah, dude, gone. Cannot keep him in stock.
Wow. I mean, I know he's, especially in the 80s and 90s, he was massive, but still. It's like
I mean,
him and like Michael Bolton. I don't get their appeal. Very two different styles of music.
yeah, not even the same ballpark.
But it's just kind of one of those things where they came out around the same time and they just make this music that it's just so vanilla sounding, but it's massive.
I've been getting into, because Instagram keeps showing me really cool videos with him in it.
With Kenny G.
I think just also too like the Eminem. No, but I'm getting into Ed Sheeran.
Ah, yes, very talented.
He just has he's got a cool way about him.
You seen that video from earlier this year when he played with the Offspring? Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. Played guitar and sang. One of their best songs too. I Want You Bad. That is one of their best songs.
That's all I got.
That's all you got for the vinyls?
That's it, kid.
All right. So I got three things.
Don't sleep on Chuck.
I got three things here. I've been trying to listen to stuff in my collection again that I haven't listened to in a long time. In some cases, years. So this one, it's been probably at least 2 years since I've listened to this, and it's Focus. Focus 2, Moving Waves, second record from 1971. I mean, Hocus Pocus is one of the craziest, most unique songs ever. I mean, the yodeling, the whistling, the flute playing, the progginess of it, the crazy guitars and drum solos. It's truly a unique and wild song.
It's a good song.
It's fucking
Classic
amazing.
song.
And it opens up this record, but this entire record is fantastic. Truly an underrated.
Never quite
record.
achieves that same high point of Hocus Pocus though.
That's true. No, you're very, very right.
It peaks instantaneously, then never recovers.
That's true. But even still, it's a really good record. But
Solid.
Hocus Pocus is just, it's too good. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. So I have this. So the one I have right here is a U.S. pressing, second pressing from 1971, worth $2. You know, it's pretty much worthless, but amazing record. Really, really slept on.
We sell that for like a good clean copy. We sell that for $8.
Okay, yeah. Even still, it's like should go for way more. It's way better than $8. Then I have Mahavishnu Orchestra. The Intermounting Flame. This is their first record, debut record from 1971 as well. This is my U.S. pressing, second pressing from that same year. Mahavishnu Orchestra, just the coolest bit of like prog rock mixed with jazz, like the best combination of that. John McLaughlin, the guitarist, songwriter, composer of this band, is just unreal. Doesn't get talked about enough. He was on Bitches Brew. Like he's so well known within, like, if you're really into music, you know who John McLaughlin is. And it's just a shame that he never got more recognition mainstream wise, because this record from 1971 blows me away every time I hear it. Billy Cobham, or Cobham, however you say his name, on drums. Fucking insane drummer too. Also play with Miles
Jan
Davis.
Hammer on keys.
Yeah, so most of this band played on Bitches Bro, or played with Miles Davis at some point. So they're all very accomplished. But yeah, if you never heard this band and you like the Mars Volta or stuff like the Mars Volta took from this band. Like if there was no Mahavishnu, there would be no Mars Volta. Hands down. Hands fucking down. So I got that one. And then also this last one is Magma. Magma right here. Udu Wudu. French band, French prog rock, kind of psychedelic at times, experimental band. Put out a shit ton of records in the 70s and 80s as well, I believe, but mostly the 70s. And I've talked about them on the pod before, but yeah, it's just this really weird, trippy shit. And they made up their own language. The frontman is the drummer. He doesn't sing at all. He's the only member who's been in the band the whole time, and he writes all the music. And yeah, dude, this band is just weird. They're really fucking weird. But I have 4 of their records. I'm probably going to purge a couple of them, because it's one of those bands where like you listen to one record and I'm good. I'm good for like a couple months. I'm good. It takes a lot out of you. They take a lot out of you because there's so much fucking going on here. But and great artwork too. I mean, I love all of their artwork. Some of it's like really simple and plain, but this is just one of the coolest album art. It's so sick. So Udu Wudu from Magma, great band. Another band that gets, nobody talks about enough either, even though they played pretty big shows. But when it comes to mainstream, nobody knows who the fuck Magma is, because they still play. So I don't know. That's all I got for this week. I listened to a lot of records this week, but these are the ones that really stood out because I haven't listened to them in a long time. So there you go. That's all I got.
It's pretty good. That's good. Good job. You did good.
I mean,
That's
yeah.
good. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So we have anything else? Oh, we do. We do actually. So I got a stereo cabinet a while back, or a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
My grandma's old stereo cabinet, when she passed, we put a bunch of her stuff from her house in a storage unit for the last 5-6 years, just been sitting there. I didn't even know the stereo cabinet was still in there. And we went and cleaned it out a few weeks ago, my mom and I. And so I brought it home. It's huge. It's a custom made stereo cabinet. Speakers are still intact. Turntable's still there. So I'm going to refurbish it. And that's my project for the next who knows how long. So I was looking more into it. We talked about this last week or maybe the week before, but I was going to try to work on it this weekend, but then I noticed, I took the turntable out and the power cord's cut out. It's been chopped off. The wires to the cabinets are chopped off, but it's a pretty easy fix. I looked up what wires I need. It's going to cost me like $15 to replace it all. So that's nothing right there. But I do need to get a new receiver because there's no receiver for it. So the turntable, because there's no volume, there's nothing. So I do need to buy a receiver for it. So that's going to be, I don't know, maybe another $80 for a cheap one. So, but no, I'm excited to get into this. And it's really cool because I think I told you, Jeff, the turntable is built into the cabinet. So
Yeah.
it's weird because when it comes out from the pull out, the tray pulls out with the turntable, and because you can't take it out, you have to you have to like lay on your back like it's a car or something like that, and you have to fuck around with it because all the pieces are just out there. They're not covered by anything. They're just there. The wires, the mechanisms, and everything. So it's easy to get to it. So I don't have to like really take anything apart because everything's right there. But no, it's really cool. I'm excited to get into it.
That's an update, baby. That's an update. That's something.
So
That's something.
I just need a receiver and those cables, and then I could test it out to see what else I may need in addition to that. So there you go. That's an update on my stereo cabinet.
There you go. That's an update.
Anyway, so
Weekend update.
that's all I got for that. Let's finish this and get into the last part of hip hop season. So thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, tell your friends, share all the posts. And that's it. That's all.
Capital.